Hey guys, today I'm going to go over something I think is really important that you absolutely need to know if you're going to analyze rental properties, and that's absolutely one of the most important things you're going to do. I'll have other videos up here about how to fully analyze a property, but right now we're really just going to talk about a high level look at what the rent could be. And that's really important because most of the rental properties you're going to look at, especially if they're listed on the MLS or they come in off market, really regardless of that, most of the rental properties you're going to look at are not at market rents. So you're going to see something and you're going to say, oh, the rents look really low there. It's $1,000 for a 2-bedroom or a 3-bedroom in a nice part of Austin. Why is that? Or just in an up and coming part of Austin. It shouldn't be that. So if you're looking to find rents, my favorite is Rentometer. So it's going to give you a high level look at rents. You want to look at a lot more here, but we'll enter my address here, 6108 Kalmar Cove. That's a duplex that I live in East Austin, Texas. It's not pulling up for some reason here. Right, imagine that. I would have trouble with it right when I'm doing the video. Something you might run into also. Not the worst thing here. We're going to restart. We're at 6108 Kalmar. Now we're on track in Austin. So 6108 Kalmar Cove. My address is spelled differently depending on who's spelling it. It's either COV or CV. For Kalmar Cove, we want to make sure we put in 3 beds, 1 bath, which is the units we have here. We're going to look back 12 months to see what places have rented in the area. We also want to make sure we have a house or a duplex checked. So that's going to vary. There's apartment units around, they're priced differently than duplex units. I think most people I talk to would rather live in a duplex with a yard. So I'm going to go ahead and say I'm a little more desirable here. Rentometer.com gives you 5 free analyzations, and then it costs money. And I think the $100 a year is worth it, especially for me. I use this all the time. I'm going to analyze the address here. It's going to give me rent comps in the area. This little orange pen is my address. Here's places that have rented in the last 12 months. We can see the average rent of these places is $1,800 a month, which in my experience, knowing this neighborhood, is very accurate. I actually rented a 3-bedroom unit just up the street for $1,800. So I can see this, that, hey, it's 1,800, higher 1,800s. The 75th percentile, that's the top end, is going to get up to 2,000. But because I'm just looking for an average, I'm going to estimate around $1,800 a month rent with my analysis. I can look at the pro report and actually look at the rent comps in the area and what they've rented for. So we can see they've rented for anywhere from $1,850 all the way down to $1,695. You know, those are houses. Those are roughly 1,300 square feet. My unit's a little smaller, but actually pretty nice. So when I go to rent this, I'm going to price it higher because I made it nicer. So you can see that even 950 to 1,000 square foot units in the area are renting for $2,000. And when I rent a property, that's my goal, is push the rent as high as I can. So I make them nice. I'm going to make sure that I can get the most rent possible. But make sure you know how to do this stuff, guys. Again, this is a really high level look at rent. Once you figure out the high level look at rent and the numbers work for you, then you can ask your real estate agent for rental comps and really look more into it. But there's no use in bothering anybody if the high level numbers don't work at all. Thanks, guys.